If you're over 50 and still masturbating, this is for you. Let's talk man to man. If you're an older gentleman and self-pleasure is part of your routine, I need to ask you something important. Have you ever wondered if it's still healthy after 50 or 60? Or maybe you've kept silent privately, worrying that something so natural might now be doing invisible harm. You wouldn't be the only one. In fact, you're far from alone. This topic is surrounded by confusion, outdated myths, and a surprising lack of clear, trustworthy information, especially for men in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. Despite being one of the most common experiences of aging men, it's rarely spoken about openly. And after reviewing the data, it's not hard to understand why so much uncertainty still exists. Why older men are asking the same quiet questions. Research shows that many men over 60 still masturbate regularly, and there's nothing shameful or unusual about that. But here's the catch: most are doing it in silence. They're unsure if it's affecting their hormones, their prostate, their sexual performance, or their overall health. That's exactly why this conversation matters. Today, we're going to cut through the noise with a clear science-backed discussion on what masturbation actually does to your body as you age. No judgment, just facts. We'll explore 10 surprising benefits of self-pleasure in maturity. And then, just as importantly, we'll talk about 10 potential risks you need to be mindful of to ensure your practice remains a healthy one. Let's start with the good news. The 10 benefits. 1. It maintains penile health. Think of achieving an erection as a workout, a kind of physical therapy for your penis. When blood flows into the spongy tissue of the penis, the corpora cavernosa, it keeps those tissues flexible and nourished. Regular erections, whether from partnered sex or masturbation, help preserve elasticity, support tissue integrity, and reduce the risk of atrophy. As men age, that kind of stimulation becomes even more important for maintaining function. 2. It supports prostate health. Here's a big one. Multiple large studies, including a landmark Harvard study, have found a strong link between frequent ejaculation and reduced prostate cancer risk. Why? Because ejaculation flushes out the ducts of the prostate, removing waste products and potentially harmful substances that could otherwise build up over time. Think of it as your body's way of cleaning house. 3. It strengthens your pelvic floor. During orgasm, your pelvic muscles contract rhythmically, especially the pubococcygeus (PC) muscle, which supports the bladder, bowel, and sexual organs. Like any muscle, if you don't use it, you lose it. Regular sexual activity engages and strengthens these muscles, helping with erection-quality ejaculatory control and urinary function, all areas that tend to weaken with age. 4. It reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. In today's overstimulated world, stress takes a toll on everything, including your heart, your immune system, and your libido. But here's the good news. Orgasm triggers a natural, measurable drop in cortisol, your body's primary stress hormone. That drop helps regulate your blood pressure, lower anxiety, and support your cardiovascular system. It's a built-in reset button, and it costs nothing. 5. It releases feel-good chemicals. With each orgasm, your brain lights up with a wave of neurochemicals. Dopamine, the reward chemical, and oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Together, they create a natural cocktail of calm satisfaction and emotional connection. These effects are especially valuable as you age and face more mental health challenges like loneliness, anxiety, or mood swings. It's not just about pleasure, it's about emotional balance. 6. It helps you detect problems. Early self-pleasure fosters body awareness. By becoming familiar with your anatomy, how it looks, feels, and reacts, you're more likely to notice changes. That might include testicular lumps, soreness, or unusual textures, early signs of issues like testicular cancer or fibrosis that would otherwise go unnoticed. In that sense, masturbation becomes a form of self-screening. 7. It improves sleep. If falling asleep has become more difficult with age, this benefit is for you. After orgasm, your body releases oxytocin, prolactin, and other hormones that produce a deep sense of calm and sedation. This effect helps you fall asleep faster and improves your restorative deep sleep, which becomes harder to achieve with age. 8. It boosts pelvic circulation. Beyond the penis, masturbation improves blood flow throughout the entire pelvic region, including the prostate bladder and surrounding muscle tissue. Good circulation is essential for reducing inflammation and preventing stagnation, which can contribute to conditions like benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or pelvic pain syndrome. 9. It helps with ejaculatory control. Masturbation can also be a tool for training. Men struggling with premature ejaculation can use self-pleasure to practice techniques like the start-stop method or squeeze method, both proven ways to gain better control and extend performance in partnered sex. It's a private, pressure-free way to build confidence and awareness. 10. It keeps desire and neural circuits active. Your brain is your most important sex organ. Engaging regularly in healthy sexual activity, whether through fantasy stimulation or touch, keeps the neural pathways related to arousal firing. This helps maintain libido and responsiveness, even if you're not currently in a relationship. It's mental fitness for your sexuality. Now let's talk about the other side. 10 risks to watch out for. We've covered the benefits, but for a well-rounded view, we need to look at potential downsides too. Because a healthy practice is a conscious one. Masturbation isn't inherently good or bad. It's all about how and why you do it. So let's break down 10 common risks that older men should be mindful of. 1. Social isolation. Masturbation can be comforting, but there's a risk if it starts replacing real human interaction. When self-pleasure becomes a substitute for intimacy, companionship, or emotional connection, it may slowly lead to withdrawal from social life. The fix: awareness. Make sure this private habit complements your overall lifestyle. It should support connection, not replace it. Stay engaged with friends, relationships, and life outside the bedroom. 2. Skin microleions. As we age, skin becomes thinner and more sensitive. Masturbating too aggressively or without lubrication can lead to tiny tears or abrasions on the skin. These microleions may not seem serious, but they can cause irritation, inflammation, and open the door to infections. The solution is simple. Be gentle and always use a high-quality water-based lubricant to protect the skin and enhance comfort. 3. Desensitization. Stimulating yourself the exact same way every time. Same pressure, speed, or grip can train your brain and body to only respond to that unique stimulation. Over time, this may lead to difficulty experiencing arousal or orgasm during partnered sex. To avoid this, vary your technique. Try different rhythms, sensations, and even mental focus. Keep your mind and body flexible. 4. Masking erectile dysfunction. Sometimes you may notice you can get an erection during masturbation, but not during sex with a partner. It's easy to ignore this pattern, but it can be a red flag. This kind of disconnect could be a sign of underlying health problems, like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, or low testosterone. Don't ignore it. If you notice consistent issues with partnered performance, see a doctor, especially if you're over 50. Erectile function is often a window into your overall health. 5. Nerve compression from poor posture. Many older men masturbate while sitting in rigid chairs or hunched over, which can compress the pudendal nerve, a key nerve in the pelvic region. Over time, this may lead to numbness, tingling, or even chronic pelvic pain. To avoid this, use comfortable positions lying down or reclining with proper support. Your posture matters just as much as your technique. 6. Emotional dependency. Masturbation can be a form of stress relief, but if it becomes your only coping mechanism for boredom, loneliness, or frustration, it may lead to emotional dependency. That doesn't mean giving it up. It means broadening your toolkit. Include exercise, nature hobbies, journaling, meditation, or talking with someone you trust. A healthy emotional life is about variety, not relying on one outlet to solve everything. 7. Guilt and shame. Many men grew up with cultural, religious, or generational taboos around self-pleasure. These old messages can trigger feelings of guilt even when there's no rational reason. If these feelings cause you distress or anxiety, it may be time to speak with a therapist or counselor, especially one with a sex-positive, open-minded approach. You deserve peace with your body and your choices. 8. Pelvic congestion. We've talked about the dangers of too little ejaculation, but too much can cause issues too. Masturbating several times a day, especially over long periods, can sometimes lead to a feeling of heaviness or aching in the testicles or pelvic region. This condition, called pelvic congestion, is uncomfortable but preventable. Listen to your body. Find a healthy rhythm. There's no magic number, but moderation is always a wise guide. 9. Semen quality and fertility. If you're over 50 and trying to conceive, here's something to know. Daily ejaculation can lower sperm concentration temporarily. While it doesn't affect long-term fertility, it might reduce your chances of conception in the short term. Studies show that 2 to 5 days of abstinence can optimize semen quality before trying to conceive. If you're not trying, then this one's not a big concern. 10. Disconnection from reality. Porn-linked over-reliance on intense or unrealistic pornography can distort your expectations and reduce your ability to connect with a real-life partner. The brain gets used to visual overstimulation, which can lead to emotional and sexual numbness. Instead, try mixing visual aids with imagination memories or fantasy rooted in real experiences. Keep your inner world rich and grounded in reality. So, what's the verdict? Masturbation after 60 isn't black or white. It's not simply good or bad. It's a tool, and like any tool, how you use it makes all the difference. With awareness, balance, and care, it can be a powerful ally in maintaining physical health, emotional well-being, and sexual vitality well into your later years. Closing thoughts expanded. So don't be afraid. Don't let shame steal your peace. You're not broken. You're not too old. And you're not alone. You now have the science, the context, and the clarity to make informed decisions about your body. Let's recap your mature man sexual health game plan. Eat smart. Fuel your hormones and your cells. Keep moving. Motion keeps blood flowing and tissues healthy. Manage stress. Calm your nervous system and your inflammation. Limit toxins. Say no to habits that hurt you over time. Get checked. Preventive screenings save lives, and yes, take care of yourself. With confidence, without apology. Because what you do in private may be quietly protecting your health in powerful, life-changing ways. Thanks for watching. Stay informed. Stay empowered. And most of all, never stop learning. We'll see you in the next conversation.